Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Don't forget, tickets for Thursday night by-district playoff game between Sulphur Springs Wildcats and the Frisco High School Raccoons go on sale tomorrow through Thursday noon at Sulphur Springs High School. Pre-sale price $7 for adults, $4 for students. Tickets at the game are $10. Aaron Tyler Crum was sentenced to 50 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Monday afternoon. Monday morning, a Hopkins County jury began hearing testimony as they decided the sentence for Crum. He had been found guilty Saturday afternoon of first-degree murder of Joshua Paul Cowling. It was another interactive night for the Sulphur Springs School Board as 6-year-old students from Barbara Bush Primary, assisted by Janelle Safford, presented app smashing using the Chatterpix and Seesaw apps. Students showed board members how to create in one app, they drew and colored a turkey, and moved the finished creation to a second app. In other action, the board heard the financial accountability rating for the 2017-2018 school year and heard reports on elementary and secondary program and activities. They also approved action items. Sherry McGraw conducted a public meeting regarding the financial accountability rating. She noted that once again, the district had received a superior rating. The board was told that more requirements are being placed on financial reporting for all school districts in the state. However, the local district continues to receive a high rating thanks to accurate reporting. The board approved the 2018-2019 agreement between Sulphur Springs Country Club and the district. The agreement allows the high school golf team to use the course for practice and tournament play. The cost remains the same as the past 2 years. The board approved the renewal of membership in the Walsh Gallegos Retainer Program. The membership allows the district to have an attorney on call every day for any legal matter pertaining to public education laws in the state. The campus and district improvement plans were also approved. Those plans are posted on Sulphur Springs or ssisd.org as of Tuesday. The updated plans replace the previous plans found online. The plans call for continued steps improving local public education programming. An activities update for elementary education was presented by Kristen Monk, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education and Learner Services, and Josh Williams, Assistant Superintendent, presented the secondary update. Those updates and a full report on the Sulphur Springs Independent School District Board meeting, including personnel changes, can be found at ksstradio.com.
It's almost that time for the Sulphur Springs Symphony League major fundraiser. It's the auction, and it's this Saturday night, November 17th. Get ready to call in and bid on hundreds of beautiful items that you'll want. Let's find out more from Symphony League President Charla Campbell.
It's our 27th year, and it's hosted live beginning at 5 on Saturday, and you can listen to KSST or watch Channel 18 News, or it will be live streamed at ksstradio.com.
Okay. Well, as president of the Symphony League, this is your major fundraiser.
Yes.
Because there are things that cost money through the year of activities that the Symphony does.
Absolutely. We have 3 major events, and this is outside of our league members, our only fundraiser each year. So we rely on the generosity of those that place the bids and those that have donated the items. And it helps cover the cost that we have for our annual children's concert and for the Dallas Opera education program that we bring to Sulphur Springs, and the Independence Day concert downtown.
Okay, now the Independence concert happens around the 4th of July.
Right.
The Saturday following.
Yes.
Is that right? Saturday prior. Saturday prior.
Before.
Okay. And the children's concert is in the spring.
In February.
Okay. And Dallas Opera Education Concert, what's that?
They come in around April each year, and it's a mini performance by the Dallas Opera. The education program puts on live stage performance that's condensed of an opera for the fine arts students at the middle school.
Okay.
And they're very kind to come to Sulphur Springs. We're the furthest that they travel.
I don't know how far back your school years go. So as a student, did you have benefit of the Symphony League or Strings program or anything like that?
No, the Strings program, the league was instrumental in helping get instruments for that, but that was after I went through Sulphur Springs schools.
Okay. Well, it really does benefit our youth.
Yes.
It gives a dimension to their education.
Right. And my goal for the upcoming year is to raise enough funds through the auction Saturday to be able to award a scholarship to a youth orchestra member next year. We occasionally are able to do that, and so I would like to be able to do that again next year.
Well, tell us about Youth Orchestra.
It is a program. They actually have a free concert coming up in December on the 6th. I wrote that down. Yes, December the 6th at Shannon Oaks. I would encourage everyone to go because our youth work very hard and they're so talented.
And they are made up of what students?
I believe that any area students can participate in the orchestra.
That is amazing that our town has that too.
Yes. Susanna Herrera helps the league with our musicians and contracting, and she also is helping lead the Sulphur Springs Youth Orchestra.
Okay. Well, I think people who consider moving here are attracted by many different things. Our downtown and, jobs and industries and things like this, arts and culture play a part.
Yes. Fine arts are so important to our community, and I take pride in building and supporting our fine arts education for our children here. That's the mission of the Symphony League.
Well, let's talk about the fundraising auction that's this Saturday night, and it is a big deal.
Yes.
I remember the very first year that it went into effect here at KSST, and it took a pattern of a previous radio and TV auction that had been going on back in maybe the 70s, 60s or something, through another channel 2 that we used to have at that time here, cable channel, and another organization. But anyway, it was reborn to benefit the Symphony League. And it is truly a big deal. It is going to be a big night. It's starting at 5 p.m., did you say?
Yes.
Okay. How do they participate? How do listeners and viewers participate?
You can listen to KSST Radio, and they'll be describing the items. You can watch Channel 18 News or watch it live stream through the website, ksstradio.com. We also have a Facebook page, and starting on Wednesday, we're going to be posting a sneak peek of the items that we have donated. And we tried last year to do a live video of the auction, and we're going to try that again this year as well.
How do they find you on Facebook?
Search for the Sulphur Springs Symphony League.
Okay, all right. So Sulphur Springs Symphony League is the name of this organization, and it's got a bunch of volunteers, and they'll be busy as bees on Saturday.
Yes. It's a very fun evening.
What it looks like if you were to walk in here to the studio, not that people can just walk in, but if you were, you would see our TV studio, which is kind of large, filled with beautiful items such as gorgeous creations for Christmas.
Yes,
mirrors, paintings.
We do have Christmas items. Alliance Bank has donated a 55-inch TV, and City National has donated a stay at the Melrose Hotel in Dallas, and Guaranty Bond a cooker. So, and then we have a year of pizza from Pizza Inn, a year of drinks from Super Handy, a drink a day at Super Handy, and a dinner for 20 from Bodacious Barbecue, served by our very own Symphony League members.
Okay.
So, yes.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
So dozens of items. And the way you get it, since it's an auction, the way you bid is by phone? Only by phone?
Only by phone.
Okay.
You have to place your bid by calling 885-0700. And we did mail out bid numbers to our past supporters, but you also can call if you don't have a bid number, and we'll assign you one that night, just to keep track of those that placed the bid.
So make note of that number, 885-0700. That'll ring a special line, and the Channel 18 TV studio, and you'll be connected to a volunteer operator.
Right.
A bank of operators.
We do have a telephone line, so yes, you never know who you'll get to talk to.
And then you may be bidding with someone else through the evening
Right.
on a particular item.
The items do close after a certain window.
Okay.
So. And we have something fun new this year that you can bid on is a carriage ride through Highland Park to look at the Christmas lights.
Wow.
I love that. One of my favorite holiday traditions. So that will be something you can bid on. And Carriage House donated tickets to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas concert. So that'll be fun as well. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So how do we go about getting such nifty prizes?
The generosity of this community, by far. Yes, I appreciate their support.
So Symphony League members go out and begin
Yes,
to
we do.
ask.
Mhm.
Okay. And so it all culminates at this time of the year. And it truly is a time of giving thanks and realizing what a fabulous community we really have.
That's the truth. Yes.
And it's enhanced by the symphony. We love our Independence concert. I mean, just hands down. That's
Thank you.
just the tops.
Yes.
And it's for
So
everybody.
one time that brings, or one of the few times that brings our entire community together, and I'm proud of that.
You are president this year, and how long have you been involved in the Symphony League?
This is my third year, maybe third or fourth, and I am president this year.
Okay. It's a great group of people. We almost always see Linda Gallagher
Yes.
in and out here bringing in items that
I
will be
appreciate all
arranged.
the work she's done. She's the event chair for this auction, so she's been working very hard on it.
Now, you may not have participated in a radio auction before, so you're only listening. If you don't have access to Channel 18, cable, if you don't have cable, then your option is radio or streaming on our website. But you may have to listen for descriptions of each of these items
Right.
and when they are next coming up to the auction block.
And Bob Weaver and Lonnie Fox have a good time describing the items, and they do a good job.
Bringing them to life.
Yes.
Well, the Symphony League is definitely a huge part of our community. The symphony players, however, though, come from all over.
Yes, they do. We contract. Most of them are local. Some do come in from surrounding towns, and some from Dallas. And our conductor, Dr. Bockenhuis, he comes from Louisiana, but he doesn't mind helping us every time. So
He sort of adopted us.
Yes, he has.
Way back when. So I think we've only ever had 3 conductors, and this third one is very long term.
Yes, he is.
So, about how many players is it? A 100-piece orchestra, or it's many pieces?
Yes.
And so, these are professional players,
Right. We
that
do have
you
to
need to
contract
hire
with
them.
each of them. So that's the largest expense that we have every year for the concerts are the expenses for the musicians and then the music because they're very talented, and we do have professional musicians come in.
They all receive their music. They have their opportunity to get acquainted with it, and then there's one brief rehearsal time, I think,
Right.
that they are afforded. But being professionals, they can do just with that, and then
Right.
their presentation of our American music is
Yes.
just so wonderful.
So much talent comes into Sulphur Springs then. So
If you are new to Sulphur Springs and don't know about the Independence Concert in the summer downtown, wide open spaces for everybody, then don't miss it this coming July.
right, especially come this next year because there were issues with the concert and fireworks display in 2018. So the company kindly promised to make it up to Sulphur Springs next year. So
Okay,
I look
so-
forward to that.
Bigger and better fireworks
Yes.
than ever.
Yes.
Well, Charlotte Campbell, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
To share with us. And so this Saturday now, mark your calendar, make a mental note, start listening, tuning in at 5 p.m. to see what is on the auction block. And on their Facebook page, when you search for,
The Sulphur Springs Symphony League.
you'll start to see a sneak peek of the items.
Yes. Starting Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming in.
Thank you.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
It's Coordinator Tuesday, and Wildcats offensive coordinator Matt Young tells us about the offense against North Forney last Friday, and he gives us a preview of the Frisco defense the Wildcats will face Thursday night in a bi-district playoff game.
We didn't take care of the ball. I mean, honestly, if we'll just hang on to the football, we can win the football game. I think we ended up with 4 turnovers. I think we put it on the ground another 1 or 2 times, and you can't do that. That's really how it comes down, plain and simple. It's 17-7. We got the ball inside the 10 and go false start, fumble, false start, and miss field goal, or it's going to be 24-7. And otherwise, though, really compared to the 2 weeks before, we had a lot better rhythm offensively. I think we were finding the things we can do again. We were getting a little more consistency. North Forney had a good plan to take away some of the stuff that we did best in the passing game, and DeCorn was able to find some answers. He's continuing to improve in the pocket. Which is good, and we'll see. So I think we made steps. We just need to continue to really just hang on the football. Would be a nice swing this week.
I know you have to play 4 quarters, but I thought the first quarter was looked good as we hadn't seen that in weeks. Look like.
Yeah, it was. You kind of see we had our rhythm back, and then the ball got put on the ground. If you go from there. At that fumble till about halfway through the third quarter, I know there's quite a few times the ball was given to the other team, and you can't do that. That's the number one thing with us. We cannot give other people the ball. Not just the effect it has with the play, but the mental effect it has on everybody. That's tough for a team to overcome. So I think we'll get back in a groove with that this week. I think we'll take care of the rock, and hopefully some good things can happen.
Who were the standouts on offense for you?
Chalk Sims was really consistent running the ball. He had over 100 yards on 13 carries. Colton Allen came in with some really nice runs, showed some great patience. Hayden Daniel has really come into his own. Started off the year as the 3rd tackle, now at left guard, and is just quietly consistent. And then Philip Rader and Charlie Maddox, if you want something to do, just watch those 2 guys play. Those are our 2 offensive tackles. Just snap after snap. Fighting their tail off. They're not big college recruits. They're kids that have worked hard. They're the epitome of Sulphur Springs. They've worked hard all the way up, being B-teamers and backups, and have made themselves into really good high school football players that we can depend on. Landry Tyson had some really nice catches. We kind of got Day-Day Dugan back in the mix. So some nice things going on, and really kind of hope to roll that into this week.
All right. We do have Frisco. And how have they impressed you as you looked at them on defense?
They're extremely well coached. You can tell the kids know exactly what they're going to do. They know their role, how to fit. They know how to play to their strengths and overcome their shortcomings. They're strong on the defensive line, long at end, and number 46 can really disrupt things in the middle. Their Mike linebacker does a good job making tackles side to side, and he'll trigger inside in a hurry. And in the back end, they're pretty soft with things that break well on the ball, and they're not going to turn you loose. Their deal is we don't want to give you easy points. Case was last week with Lovejoy. They gave up 700-something yards of offense, but they gave up fewer points than they scored, and they won the ball game. So they know it's okay to give up yards, just get takeaways, make them earn their points, and you can win the ball game.
Yeah, you look at that ball game particularly, 2 fumbles picked up and ran back the other way for touchdowns, and the game changer or the game decider, they stripped the receiver that's down there in the close to the red zone and recovered.
Oh yeah, opening drive, they picked a pass inside the 5. So they know how to play those kind of games. That's what we kind of been already talking, prepping our kids is, hey, it's going to be a 48-minute game. They're used to it being a fight to the end, and just like we do. I mean, you go back over our games, that's what it's been, is finishing it off. So. It should be a great ball game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Kids get a great chance to go play in the Star. The elements are a non-factor, except for just getting in when it's cold when you walk in. And I've been there. It's a great place to play. I'm excited for our kids. And then I got a great opportunity in round 1. Everybody's 0-0, trying to go 1-0.
Wildcats defensive coordinator Alex Guerra talks about the defense against North Forney. And he tells us about Frisco and its wing T offense the Wildcats will be seeing Thursday night at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco.
Like I said, they're amped up. They get excited. And unfortunately, we're good for at least 1 or 2 of those games. And I'd like to say it's out of being aggressive, and sometimes it is, but other times we're just not watching the ball.
Coach Owens, again, kind of singled out Daniel Marino, thought he had a really good ball game there in the inside.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Again, he's triggering like no other. He's had a great year. he's been a leader for our defense. He's always answered the call, and seldom is he wrong on his reads. I mean, he's always right where he needs to be.
Anybody else kind of stand out for you thought had a good game for you?
Yeah, at times, defensive front did well at times. Our secondary stepped up, and Andy got an interception, which I've never heard the explanation like that before. We were told he cut the receiver off, so it's kind of iffy right before half. But those guys played well. I think in different times of the game, different parts of our defense played well overall.
Yeah, that ball just floating down there, he kind of settled under it to intercept it. Somehow the receiver kind of got in the way or something, but, you would think they would, have the ability to go after the ball.
Yeah, again, I don't get paid to make those calls, but, as a coach, my opinion is I thought it was a pretty good interception overall.
Yeah, you kind of demanded, I think, an explanation on that. You were, kind of on the field a little bit, but I think they didn't penalize you or anything, but they just give you an explanation on that. But regardless, it's what you've heard before. Yeah,
explanation or not, I mean, they're not going to change the call. It's just kind of from my own knowledge. Just want to know what we did wrong or what they saw, and maybe what we didn't see, and wasn't pleased with the explanation. But again, it's their job to do that. It's my job to coach.
Well, you got really an offense that we just don't see very much. The wing T and from Frisco, and they can really rack up the yards. Their head coach was telling me they were the leading rushing team in the Metroplex with this wing T offense with a lot of different options.
Yeah, it's not a true wing T, but it's definitely a branch off of that, and Coach Gibson does a good job with them, man. They're very disciplined, and they know their assignments, and their O-line gets after it. And in order to run that type of defense, especially in a Metroplex and with a big, strong athlete you face, it's pretty impressive to see what they've done as far as rushing the ball with that scheme.
I'm sure everybody has their assignments, whether fullback, wingback, quarterback, whatever. And you've got to follow through and tackle well, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we got to make those tackles, but at the same time, in order to play offense like that, you just got to create just chaos up front. I mean, we got to have bodies on the ground. I mean, our guys really got to probably be more aggressive than they've been all year.
Sounds like they have a smallish offensive line, but very good at what they do with this offense.
Yes, sir. That offensively, it's all about angles with that offense. They've got assignments, and they're very rule-oriented, but they want to get angles on you. They want to be able to come across, down block. They want to be able to, counter you and trap you, and they're going to take you flying downfield. They're going to take advantage of it every time.
And as far as the passing game is concerned, they kind of lull you to sleep with that running offense because almost everything, they don't throw very much, but everything's play action and usually results in big plays when they throw.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're hitting you in the mouth left and right. And pretty soon, for instance, they had a quarterback throwback. They went for a score a couple of weeks back. And, that corner on the backside flew off, and that quarterback was just running down the sideline. They floated one to him, and again, it's that type of offense. They're going to run, and secondary's going to be coming down hard, and before you know it, they're going to toss one right behind you.
It's going to be a special ball game. I know it's a little bit early, but playing over at the Star in Frisco, that'll be a thrill, for fans and hopefully players alike.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement about it, from fans and kids, and not just football players. Student body, talking to those kids, and our football guys are ready to go. They're ready to play, but at the same time, they're getting pretty excited just to play in that type of venue. So I think it's going to be awesome for all of us.
Kind of wipe the slate clean. Everybody starts at 0-0, right?
Oh yeah, it's just it's the second or third season, I guess, if you will. We're ready, man. We're kids had great practice and they're focused. Hopefully we can pull this off.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.